Okay, let's play a little name that tune. Now, I remember I've been talking about these scumbags that have been stealing music from Music Bakery. Well, they may not actually have been stealing music from Music Bakery. Because, you see, I have Sonic Fire Pro. This is a composition program that is used to compose your own custom soundtracks. And, well, Music Bakery stuff is in here. So, for example, this is one that I've had claims on, okay? And it tells you right here, if we look at it, it tells you. If we look over here at the right side of the screen, right, it tells you. Jack Waldemar, Music Bakery Publishing, source, Music Bakery, Afterglow, right? It tells you the information because companies like Music Bakery and other ones like, you know, SSI Music Publishing and so forth, through Smart Sounds, they license their music through Sonic Fire, and you can license it through here. Here's another one. See, After 5, After 8, another Jack Waldemar. There's lots of stuff on here, and I can play samples from this. If I click on, for example, After 5, which is Jack Waldemar, right? And you can go to the website and you can get the same track. You can buy it, you know, pre-mixed, or you can. So these are all the different tracks that you can produce. So you can produce your own music. So you can produce your own music, and if I go down here and look for my my track, I'm sure Cityscape is probably in here. Got to look for it. I mean, there's tons and tons of stuff, but this is where I think a lot of these scumbags get a lot of the stuff that they match. They just go through, you know, they go through these libraries of and this is all royalty free because you buy it, right? You have to, they'll let you preview it, but if you want to use the track, then you actually have to purchase it. Now, I've already purchased Music Bakery stuff that was already done, so I don't use Sonic Fire. I have some tracks that I purchased through Sonic Fire that I own, and I have some stuff that came from Smart Sounds, which is this is a Smart Sounds store. From an older version that I use from time to time. But the Music Bakery tracks that I usually use are ones that we purchased before I had Sonic Fire. I purchased it with right from Music Bakery, the pre-mixed cuts, and then I've got the full length track. So if I want to shorten something, I'll actually do it myself because I've got the full track. So I can go and cut it to any length I want. I have to do it manually, right? So I'll usually do it either in Premiere or I might do it in Pro Tools. But usually it's Premiere that I use because that's what I'm using when I'm editing. So if I want to make a track that's shorter, I'll cut it myself. Or I could do it with Sonic Fire. But again, I'd have to buy the tracks again from here because you got to download it through the software. And I already have the tracks, so I don't need the loop library. But see, here's another one under Arena Rock. You'll recognize this one. It's another Music Bakery track, right? It's all here, you know. It's all on here. Everything that you can get on Music Bakery is buried in Sonic Fire Pro because it's all, but not just Jack Waldemar's music, but you know, many others are on here as well. That's another one. I just happened to pick that. So that's another Music Bakery one. So here it is. I found it. Okay, I found it. Here's the track. It's Cityscape. If you go to Music Bakery's site, you'll find Cityscape is there. Right? This is the track. This is the track that I've been hit so many times on. Like literally, I've been hit like, I don't know, 20 times in the past couple weeks. Every time I use this track, Cityscape. Here it is. It's in SoundForge. It's called City Lights in SoundForge. Here it is. So what these scumbags do is they just go through and they just pick tracks out of like SoundForge, and they'll put a sample up. They'll just record the sample. They don't even buy it. They record the sample, or they go to Music Bakery and they download the lo-fi preview version of it. I don't think these guys are going to be spending the money to buy the track so they can pull a fast one. But you can preview it here, right? And they just preview the track and they put it up and they say, well, this is my music. And it has a match, because if you listen to what that Michael Kinn did, he didn't have the whole song. He only had a portion of it. This is what they're doing. They're just grabbing stuff out of these software programs that will create music for you. And a lot of these softwares come with basic editing packages, right? You buy Pinnacle, or you buy Corel Video or Sony Vegas, or a lot of these programs come bundled with these editing programs, and then you get access to this huge library of samples that that they're trying to sell. Obviously, they're trying to sell them. So like if you go to this one, like City Life, if I go over to add to cart, so if you want to buy it, for example, you have to pick your license. So for $49.99, which is actually more than it costs to buy it right from Music Bakery, you get customizable length with Sonic Fire and Quick Tracks, unlimited lifetime customization, so you can use it as much as you want. You can use it for personal, non-commercial use, professional, commercial, and for profit use, which is YouTube, to promote a product or service. Videos created for a third party. You can monetize your videos on YouTube, Vimeo, Facebook, etc. You can display it at film festivals. You can display it in theaters in one country, unless you want. If you want to display it internationally, you have to get a different license. Distribution rights, local TV and radio broadcasting and advertising. You can even have it up to 10,000 copies on DVD. And if you want to do national TV broadcasting, you have to go and request a quote and get a different price. But this is where all this stuff is. And as I say, everything that I use in my productions has been all licensed from Music Bakery. And the only production company I've used over the last 20 years was Music Bakery. I've talked about this before, but with my former business partner, when we were doing corporate videos, we were using this music for our background music for voiceovers and so forth. And the only production company I have ever dealt with is, Jack Weldermeyer Music Productions, which is Music Bakery now, but it used to be Jack Weldermeyer Music Productions. But those are the only ones that I've ever dealt with. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents on what's happening. I know all the tracks, right? I know them all. These are all Music Bakery tracks. I mean, they're all here. They're all here. This one's not. I had this one too. I've got this one. This is actually one that I own. It came with Smart Sounds. But yeah, they're all here. And they've all had claims. Like these ones have all had. The Francia Jazz Line Orchestra was making a claim to this one about, 5 or 6 years ago. I ran into trouble with this one, with someone called the Francia Jazz Line Orchestra. This has been something that's been going on for so long, where thieves take this music that they can get right out of this program here, and they claim it as their own, because this is all non-exclusive music. So the biggest problem, I think, that why this is such a problem is so many people don't monetize their videos, and when they get a notification that there's been a copyright match made, a lot of people, I feel, don't do anything about it. They just think, well, okay, maybe I made a mistake, maybe the music I used was copywritten, and they just let the claim go, because none of these claims are they're not copyright strikes, so they don't affect your viewers. Video shows as always did, but what happens is the person who's made the claim will then run ads and scoop the money from the ads. Now, if someone did not have a monetized channel, and I've explained this in the comments, but this is what I think is happening, is if someone's not running a monetized channel, they'll do nothing, and they'll let the bandits just scoop the money. And then there's those of us that do monetize our videos, and when they scoop it, it has an impact. And it might not be a big impact. If they're only scooping a couple of videos that might be making a couple dollars a month, you might think, what's the big deal? But if they scoop enough videos, if they scoop 100 videos that are making $2 or $3 a month, that's a couple $100 in lost revenue that's going to someone who doesn't deserve it, who didn't put any effort into making the video, but he's there to reap the benefits of it. And this is where I really have a problem with these people, and why I go absolutely ballistic when someone does it. Because I've done my due diligence. I've paid for the music over the years. It's mine to use. That's licensed to me to use it. Anyway, that's my perspective. You may disagree. You may blame YouTube and point the raised middle finger at YouTube, but really, it's got nothing to do with YouTube. YouTube is just doing what they're required to do, and that's to match stolen music, stolen images. They're required by law to match copyright violations and report them to the owner of the content. The same thing happens when someone takes some of my videos. They don't have to take the whole thing. They can just take a couple frames here or there. They can take a couple seconds. And I get notified when someone has uploaded my content. It's not YouTube being the bad guys. YouTube is just doing their job. The bad guys are the people that take this content and try to claim it as their own, and then at the same time get publishing companies to go to bat for them to make the claim, and put these other companies in the middle.